Hello friends, welcome to my channel. It's me, Nadia. So today we are going to make pumpkin bread. I want to go ahead and kind of show you what I do. When I make pumpkin bread or anytime I bake anything, I like to get all the ingredients nice and ready, have all my measuring sticks, and kind of just make sure everything's set up. If you always set yourself up and be prepared, most likely you'll be successful. And that goes with anything. Baking, cooking, relationships, school, whatever, your job. It's always the pre-work that decides how the actual finished product is going to be. And yeah, I am practicing how to bake. I'm not a professional. I'm learning as I go along. So yeah, let's go ahead and bake this bread. And the ingredients will be left in the description box. So when you guys see me make it, you'll kind of see everything that I'm going to use. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so we are back and I'm going to go ahead and make this, and I'm going to follow the instructions. It says it should take 10 minutes. So 1 3/4 cups of all flour. Okay. So when I get my flour, I like to use this right here. I like to use this right here just because you don't have to do that, but it just makes me feel good. So, oh no. I'm running low on flour, but I'll make it, I think. Okay. So it says to do 1 3/4 cups of all flour. So in a medium bowl, whisk, combine the flour. So it says in a medium bowl, put the flour in there. So I'll just go ahead and put the flour in here. So 1 cup. And I just like doing that because I want my bread to be delicious. And one thing when it comes to baking or anything like that, just put your heart into it, okay? Just do it with all your heart. I noticed that, you know, whenever you just put your heart into it, most times things work out better. And when you build those habits of kind of putting your heart into most things, it ends up being good for you. Okay, so go ahead and put the flour in there. So that's 1 3/4 cups of flour. Now just whisk it in there like that. Okay, set that aside. And then it says to soda. So I already have my baking soda ready. So 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm gonna make sure that this is correct before I actually put it in here. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1 teaspoon of baking soda in here. This says 1 teaspoon, correct. And then it says to put the salt. And according to this ingredients, it said 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to put 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, so I can just kind of set things aside. The next step it says is to, in a medium bowl, combine the flour, pumpkin spice, and baking soda and salt. So the pumpkin spice, it says to have, this is 1/2 tablespoon. It says to put a whole tablespoon, and I already used my measuring stick. So I'm gonna go ahead and put, this is 1/2 tablespoon, but you're supposed to have a whole tablespoon. So I'll just do this twice. There you go. And so this is the pumpkin pie spice. Okay, and put it in there. All right, so we are almost there, you guys. It says it only takes 10 minutes. Next step, in a large bowl, whisk to combine pumpkin, granulated sugar, brown sugar, and beat the egg. So here's the butter. This is, it says to use 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, but I'm using 1/2 cup of butter. So, you know, why would I bake and use vegetable oil? No ma'am. So I put the butter in there. Okay, and then the sugar. So this is 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And it says I need to use 1 cup of granulated sugar. So I'll just go in here and get my 1 cup of sugar. And sometimes I do a little bit less if I don't want it to be too sweet. So I might just do like, I'll do 3/4 cups of sugar. So you put it in there, okay? And then it says to put in the pumpkin. So I'm gonna put that 1 can of pumpkin in there. 1 can of pumpkin, 1 can of pumpkin. All right, so set that aside. It told me that I need to whisk it together. So I'm gonna go ahead and whisk it together because it said to do that. And a large board combined pumpkin, brown sugar, brown, green egg, vegetable. Okay, so 2 eggs, 1 egg, and 2 eggs. Okay, so we put the eggs in there. Last step is 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. So you just whisk it together. Ooh, that smells so good. OMG, I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. And I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. Okay, now one thing is, here goes the flour mixture. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix the flour all together, even though I don't think it, oh, yeah, you're supposed to, I forgot to tell you guys that step. It says to whisk the flour that we made earlier all together so you can kind of get all those ingredients together. And the baking soda, I think it fluffs up the flour to give it a good consistency. Okay, so now that we did that, okay, so now we have everything mixed. We have all the ingredients. So I'm gonna slowly put the flour in here, okay? And mind you, the oven has been preheated. It says to slowly add the flour. So you don't just dump all the flour. You slowly add the flour to the mix. So just, you know, just eyeball it. Maybe do like 20, maybe do like, you know, a little bit at a time until it's all gone. So you just mix it, and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. But I use this clear bowl right here so maybe you guys can see it while I make it. So we just mix it, you guys, and it's almost done, and we'll be ready for our chit chat. So what I want to talk about in this discussion is I want to talk about homemaking and how I learned about homemaking. And I also want to talk about how, you know, what I started learning, like, I guess I always knew what a homemaker was. I did not know the definition of homemaker. I didn't know I didn't know anything about that. I just didn't know. The way my family is raised, we really don't get into other people's families' lifestyle and what they do in their household. We just focus on what's going on in our household. But I've been told by certain people that, like, some fathers don't do certain things, but you can't, like, generalize anything because I've had a lot of cousins who their dad was, like, very hands-on, so I don't know. I didn't see that in my family. Most of the men in my family that I've seen growing up, my cousin's family, everything, they always help their wives, honestly. That's what I grew up seeing. But I did see like a couple of households who the husband didn't do certain things, but you know, everybody has their household and whatever, doing their thing. Long story made short, I guess we can just chit chat while I make this. So this is done. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's like things that I'm seeing online when it comes to homemaking, when it comes to that kind of stuff. And I feel like, you know, I'm really gravitating towards it because, like, this is what I love. Like, I love just doing this kind of stuff, you know, it makes me happy. But I also see, like, a other side or some kind of agenda that some people are doing, and I don't understand it. Like, I really don't get it, you know? So, if you're living a certain kind of lifestyle, you know, you don't have to talk down about other people's lifestyle that doesn't look like your lifestyle. Or, you know, there's not only like one definition of what a wife does, what a woman does. You know, you can be a homemaker, you know, working full time. You could be a homemaker being a stay-at-home mom. You could be whatever it is you want. You know, we could create, I feel like, you know, you make the rules for your life, and you make things, you know, you live the way that you want to live, and you follow those guidelines. You don't need people to tell you like how to live, how to work, and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, I just noticed some things like when I saw this homemaking community. Sometimes I'll look and I'll be like, oh my God, I don't fit into this kind of community. Like, I don't belong here. And I know, like, I shouldn't be thinking that kind of stuff, but sometimes, you know, you want to be like, oh, I can relate to these people. Sometimes I feel like I don't relate to those kind of people because maybe my personality and stuff like that. So I feel like that's dangerous when you see people and you see a definition of something that you feel like you're similar to, but then you don't check all the boxes. But we have to understand that whenever people show things online, they don't show everything, and we all have the right to live our lives the way we want to live. We're all unique, we're all individualistic, and we don't have to try to conform and be like other people. So this is it right here. If you guys understand what I'm saying, please let me know. I might just be blabbering. All right, so it says to cook it around a timer for 50 minutes.
15 minutes.
Set timer for 50 minutes. So yeah, it says to set it for 15 minutes, and literally it took me like 10 minutes to make, so it's done. For dinner tonight is that pasta that I made last time. But I got these cute little pasta things, and it's like pumpkin. So I'm thinking about making that for dinner quickly. It's gonna be easy. And I will show you guys the finished product of the cake. Okay, y'all, so while dessert is getting ready, I'm loving that I have an air fryer now. That's because it's just the two of us, and sometimes we don't need this big old oven, but you know, I'm old school, so I'm gonna bake my stuff down here. But yeah, but I get to like do two things at once, which I really, really enjoy. So I'm gonna make that delicious butternut squash pasta for dinner. And so here you go, I seasoned this, and now I'm gonna put it in the air fryer, and then I'm gonna use these cute butternut squash pasta. I'm gonna show you guys again because I can't help it. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna have. We're gonna have pumpkin bread and butternut squash pasta, and I have some Parmesan cheese that I can put on top of it, and some more Parmesan cheese that I'm gonna put with my sauce, and my butternut squash pasta. And that's gonna be dinner, so it's gonna be a divine. Oh, and I wanna show you guys something. Okay, so, you know, yesterday I baked some pumpkin cookies that you get from the store, you know, the store bought. They're really crunchy and like hard. So one thing I like to do is whenever I mess up or do some kind of mess up in the kitchen, I always mess up on cookies, I noticed. I could still refurbish these cookies. All I have to do is crumble it up and put it in my ice cream. Tell me that's not genius. I can't stand wasting anything. So yeah, I don't like wasting anything, and I like to just make what I have work. So yeah, I'll see you guys when dinner's done and the pumpkin bread's done. Hey you guys, so we are at the final step. Move, 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 puppy, move, move, Faith. I can smell like pumpkin bread, and y'all already saw me. If you watched the other video, if you want to see how to make this right here, this squash pasta, go ahead and watch one of my other videos where I actually, you know, kind of show the steps. So we got the squash pasta, we have the pumpkin bread. Oh, by the way, my husband got me this last year, and I cannot wait to like try some more recipes. I actually had pumpkin chili. No. Yeah, it was pumpkin chili, and it was so good. So I'm probably gonna make that again this year. And of course, it's getting hot in here. So this, yeah. All right, yeah, it's getting hot in here. So today we're gonna have pumpkin ale Blackstone. It's from Nashville, Tennessee, baby. And honestly, I really don't even drink beer like that. But there's something, I'm just a weird person. Like last year I decided to get pumpkin beer just to make it fun. Actually, no, it started at my friend's wedding. She had pumpkin beer that was so good, and I've been searching for that taste now for the last 2 years, but I can't find it. She finally told me the name of it. Anyways, cheers to a good life. Cheers to love. Cheers to spirits. Cheers to being married. Cheers to twirl on them, twirl on them, twirl on them, twirl on them. All right. Ooh. It doesn't really taste good, honestly, but it's okay. Alright, so let's see if the pumpkin bread is ready. So you just stick a fork in there and then, so all this came out, so it's not ready. I have to put it back in the oven. So we're gonna have to do that for 5 more minutes. Okay, so I got something with the sharp edge, and just to make sure that it's cooked all the way through, see when I pulled out, no cake batter or anything on there. So yeah, the dinner is ready, the pumpkin bread is ready, so now I just have to wait for it to cool off, and we will be good to go. Sorry, I know I told you guys I was gonna show you. It was delicious. All right, so this is probably cooled down now. So this is like a wrap right here for like cookies or whatever. I'm just gonna flip it over, yay. And I forgot to show you guys. So I got some butter and then I put, so you put butter or oil, whatever kind of grease or oil you need to use. And then I used powdered, flour, and I put it on there and I shaked it up. So y'all, it came out good. So let's get a plate. It smells so good. You know, one thing I love about like when I'm cooking like this, especially when I bake, and I was baking and cooking. My husband, he was working today, and I can tell when he comes home to like, even me, like anybody, don't you like love coming home to a house that just smells so divine? If you guys were in here right now, let's just go ahead and talk about it. It smells like pumpkin, and it smells like love, and it smells like homey, and it smells like cinnamon, and it smells like butter, and it smells like home. Anyways, all right, let's go ahead and cut it. It's nice and hot. Let me see what it tastes like. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest here. Something's not right about it. I can tell by looking at it that it's kind of doughy and gooey. Ew. I'm sorry, you guys. This is not it. It's not that sweet. I wonder why I did that. I mean, I did change the recipe by making it have butter. I've had better, you know, I hate to say it. It still tastes good, but I don't like the texture. Now I'm really upset because I made pumpkin bread last year and it was so good. So I'm wondering if I should have used vegetable oil instead of butter. That's the only thing I think I did wrong. Oh, and the flour, you know, I didn't have exactly 3/4 of flour. Remember, I had to just figure that out. So I don't know why, I don't know if this is, and I did do a little bit less sugar. Luckily, it still tastes good. So I'm still gonna eat it. Sometimes it tastes better the next day. Anyways, you guys, I'm giving you guys the honest truth. It's okay, it's okay. Maybe because I didn't follow the instructions good. Now I'm gonna be searching for the pumpkin bread I made last year. Anyways, that's it. Love y'all. See you later. I'm still gonna eat this cake or this pumpkin bread. Yeah, and I'm just enjoying my movie. Bye.
This is true.